All right, so here's our final video on Chris's rear end. I've got all of my bearing preloads set on my carrier. I've got a nice setup there. I still have my 6 thousandths backlash, so we still got our backlash in there. So the last thing we did was we put our tracing compound on here. And so what we're looking at here, if you look on this side of our ring gear, let me back up so it'll get clear. If you look here on, this is our drive side right here. And if you look at our pattern, we're just right here at the very front of it. We're not centered by no means, but when you're drag racing a car and this rear end hits, it's really gonna grow out this way. It's not gonna come any further this way. It's only gonna go this way. So of course, when we pull this ring gear to us, that thing's gonna try to climb it, and you'll actually see that this pattern is gonna pull more to the center. And that's ideally what we want. We want those two gears to mesh centered up. So if you look, we've got a nice pattern going right here. So now, of course, this is our drive side. Now, if we look over on our coast side, we'll go up here so we can get a better view of the coast side. So here's your coast side. And if you look, we're actually pretty centered. We're pretty centered here on our coast side. So that's kind of what we want. We would prefer to have this coast side centered up, and we want the drive side, at least on a drag car, we want the drive side a little bit closer to the toe. Getting closer into the center of this differential, this is your toe, and then coming further out here would be your heel. And then of course we talk about the gears, and so when you're pushing this way, this is our drive side, and then this on the top side up here is your coast side. So if you look at your ideal patterns, that's kind of what they're going to show you. They're going to show you that they want the drive mesh a little closer to the toe, and then they want the coast side a little closer to the center. Some of them for a street car, if you were setting up something for quietness, then we may actually want the coast and the drive more centered up. But for drag racing, that's what we're going to want. So I think we're going to be pretty good with that setup. I think that's going to work really, really well. So shouldn't get any noise, and of course that gives us a nice pattern. And so of course I'm recording this with the cell phone. It's a little hard to do, but anyway, I think you're going to be pretty happy with that. So I'll get the cover on it. We'll get it cleaned up a little bit better, and we'll put some paint on it, and then we should be good.